Okay. Now, in the second period, we are going to understand that whether a diamond thread can be, whether any user threads can be set as a diamond thread. That is the question. Can we set user thread as a daemon? Okay, that is the question. Okay, in this lesson, second period, I am going to explain, can we set user thread as a daemon? If we do so, it throws an exception. Exception. Exception means error. So first of all, we need to do what? We need to create as a show and run commands under VS codes, VS Code, Visual Studio Code. Now then create Java project, no build tools. So it looks for a folder under C drive, go for Java, VS Code, Java. It is my folder. It is my folder. Select the project location. Under this, you need to give a name. So name, file name. File name is what? File name is what? We need to give a file name. So file name, I need to put a file name here. File name, question is what? Daemon. Daemon already we have created, na? Okay, test daemon. Okay, test daemon. Test daemon. Test daemon. Okay, DAEMON. Test. So now this is the file name. I have created the file name. You maximize this. Here under the source, you change this as rename as. Okay, now he passed that word. That is word test daemon. DAEMON daemon. Dot enter now. So now what happened? Your file will be opened. Okay. Now within that we need to create the code. Now it is open. Now here your file name test daemon. So you change this class name as I told you the test DAEMON daemon. So this your class name equal to your file name. Now you come down here. So now our question is what? Can we set? Comment here. Can we set user thread as daemon thread? Okay. This is the question. Can we set user thread as a daemon thread? That is the question. Huh? So then what happened? So if we do so, it throws an exception. Throws an exception. Exception is what? Error. Exception. Okay. So let us try to write the code for this. This one more practically we are doing. So now this is what your one class created. Now same thing, we are going to create the threads here. Okay, so can we set user thread as a daemon thread? So first of all, we need to create the thread. So as I told you that to create the threads, I told you that there are two ways. One is by extend a class, otherwise by implementing a runnable interface. So now this is what this class, child class extends the thread class. Thread class become a parent class. Okay. Now what happened? Now under this, we need to create a method. Method is what? Public. Okay. Void run. Public void run is a method. Method means what? Method. That method indicates what? This is the, I told you that this run method, this is the default inbuilt method of thread class. This will be run by your start method of thread class. Okay, under this method, we will run a statement. Okay, here I told you that method overriding occurs. Method overriding occurs. How method overriding occurs? I told you that thread class, it is a built-in class of Java language package. So now it has a thread class has a run method. So same run method we have declared in this child class. So method overriding occurs. So under this, what happened? We need to put a print statement. That is what system dot out dot println bracket bracket. Okay, now we will pass a statement, that is what name is what a string type of data. Simply I have kept a name. After that, concatenation plus symbol. Where is that plus symbol? Here, this is the plus symbol. Okay, now I have put a string type of data in this print statement. After that, we will try to understand, we will try use that current thread is what. Whatever the threads I am going to create here, within that, which is the current thread. This is the method of what? Current thread method of thread class. Thread means braces. This is what your brackets. Okay. Dot get name. Get name is a method of your thread class. Okay. So then you keep semicolon. This is okay. Now, okay, what happened? Why it is giving error? Try to understand, because this is a method. Method is always suffixed with brackets. This is a method suffixed, but you have started, okay, from bracket, that is to be terminated here. Okay, that is very important. That's why it is giving error. Now it is okay. Now no any error is here. So it is giving error. Why? Because you need to remove this one. Okay, now it is okay. So now what is the meaning of this print statement? Thread dot, I want to know that what is the current thread. Okay, out of, suppose if I create, I will create some more threads here, or 2-3 threads I will create in this main method. So out of the 3 threads, which is the running current thread and what is its name? This method of your thread class method. Okay, get name. Okay, so this get name method returns the name of the currently executing thread. Okay, so now next is what? Next, suppose same you copy this as you copy and you paste here. You paste. Okay. Now you change this as what? Daemon. Daemon is what? Our service thread. Okay. So this is the text. So put some separators here. Here also name. Okay. Now thread dot current thread. Okay. Now here I want to know that whether the thread is Daemon. That's okay. By this, what is the currently executed thread and what is its name? Okay, name will be displayed. After that, that thread is the Daemon thread. Is Daemon. I told you that just in the previous first period. Is it Daemon thread? So by this method of your, this is the method of what? This is the method of language, and this is Daemon is a method of language class. So we will be able to know that whether that currently executing thread is Daemon thread. Okay. So this is what? Okay. This is what both current thread and Daemon thread, both are the threads methods of your thread class. Okay. Now come here. Now try to understand. Now your class is opened, run method is open. So now this run method will be terminated. This brace is for what? This brace is for your run method. Okay. Now what happened? Your class is open, main method is open. Here you create the object for what? Object for your class, child class, test Daemon. Okay. Now create the object for here. you test Daemon, DAM test Daemon. So after that, T1 is the object name is equal syntax is equal new keyword. Then after test Daemon. Okay. Now brackets. Okay. Then after terminate with the semicolon. Now this is called your constructor. Why it is giving error? Because now this is not started. No, that's why it is giving error. No issue. Okay, now come down. Now what happened? Now you copy this one. You copy this one and you paste. Copy and paste. Means what? We have created two threads. Okay, this is thread. Two objects means two threads. Okay. So now what happened? Once I told you that thread is created, na, it will be a new state. If you want to find out that, you need to put a printout statement here. I told you in the previous classes, you copy here and you paste here. Here you need to write what, this is what, thread state. Thread state. State means life cycle. In whenever we have studied about thread life cycle, I told you many new state, runnable state, wait, block state, terminated state, wait time state. State. Many I have, so I have briefed. So whenever object is created, that moment thread will be new state, not active state. So if you want to find out your thread state, so you need to pass thread dot current thread. Okay. Thread dot current thread. You need to remove this. What? Get state. Get state. Okay. This. Okay. Now what happened? Now this is okay. So now, because now once thread is object is created, you want to find out that this object created. So what is the state of that thread? Okay. So thread dot current thread. So get start. Okay. T1 dot current thread. Thread current thread. T1. No need to write here. Simply you write. You need to find out that T1 dot get state. Okay. This is okay. No. Now this is second. Okay. Now come down here. Now you start them. Okay. T1 dot start. T1 dot start. Start. Okay. Bracket. Now you come down T2 dot start. Both the methods started here. Now what happened that now I told you that once you run this, you call the methods threads by start method, means you start the threads by start method of thread class. These start method look for run method. These start and run method both are the methods of inbuilt methods of thread class. So now start method looks for run method. Under this run method, whatever the lines of statements or instruction, they will be executed. So now let us see what happened here. Error main method not found in the file. Why main method? Where is that? So main method, see. Okay, you need to check back. Main method not found. Why main method? This is your main class, and this is one method declared. Okay, now this method is terminated here. Okay, now under this main class, main method. Okay. Okay, system dot. Okay. Okay, now this is for your main thread. This is for your run method, run method opened and run method closed here. Now this is your main method. Our main method is open and that is to be terminated here. System dot. Okay, this is okay. Okay, now what happened? So now it is executed. So executed means, let us see one more time. I will try to compile this one. So now what happened? Now this thread is 0, means thread name 0. Next thread is 1. False, false means both are not Daemon threads. Okay. Two threads created. Two threads I have created. Okay, that is what one thread is this one, and another thread is this one. Two threads created, two threads started. So, so by get name, okay, name, that is what thread 0, thread 1. So daemon, whether it is daemon thread, no. Why? Because they are not daemon, they are the user threads, no, because we have not declared any thread as daemon. So if I want to know that what is the get state means once thread the object is created, it will be in new state. Okay, you will be able to see this one. See, whenever object is created, that thread state is what new state means. It is not in active state. So active state means whenever thread is started, so that moment it goes to runnable state. Runnable state, here you pass this, you copy and you paste here. Whenever thread is started, that moment, so it will be in what? Runnable state means active state. You compile this one. Now you will get what? Now thread object is created. It is now in new state. After thread is started, whenever thread is started, T1 thread started. Now thread is in runnable state. So that thread's name is equal to what? Thread name is 0, thread 1. Two threads are created, T1, T2. So first thread is equal to thread 0, second thread 1. So now these two threads are not Daemon threads, false. So because why we have not defined any thread, declare any thread Daemon. So question, can we set user thread as Daemon thread? So if we do so, it throws an exception because you have started that. So first, suppose first thread, I want the second thread. I want to make it second thread as a Daemon thread. So how can I make the second thread as Daemon? So you second thread created where? This is second thread created, na? So now you make it T2 dot, okay, set Daemon. Okay. This is the method of your thread class. You need to pass true value, true as a Boolean value. So now what happened here? You have set the T2 thread as Daemon. So once you set the Daemon thread as true, means T2 thread is set to Daemon thread, but it is not to be started. You have started here. So it will give the exception that is called, so here. So where is that now? Thread state new thread 0 true. Daemon is true. Daemon is false. So one thread is set to forward true, means that is you can set any thread as Daemon, and one thread is set as Daemon. So now it is declaring, it is stating that is a Daemon thread, it becomes Daemon thread. Another thread is what? One become one thread become daemon, another thread become false. False means user thread. So your question is, can we set user thread as daemon thread? Yes, yes, we can do. So remove this statement. If we do, okay, this is okay, we can do. Practically, we are seeing we can do as user thread. We can do as user thread as user thread user thread as daemon. Okay, so we can do that is practically we are seeing. So if I want to, I can make it second thread as daemon. You can do second. Where is that? T2. Okay, you pass the value here. You copy this one. Okay, copy, you paste here. So now you T2, T1. Now T1 set daemon. So true means both the threads become what? So now two threads created. Its name is thread 0, thread 1. So initially thread object is created. It is new state. Whenever started, it is in runnable state. Okay, already I have briefed this about state life cycle, thread life cycle. I have created a video and put in YouTube. You refer all that. Okay, what are the life cycle of threads? They are called the thread states. Okay, now both the threads we have declared them as daemon threads. So we can declare any user person is in class. Can we set user thread as a daemon thread? Yes. Yes, we can do a user thread as we can set the user thread as daemon. So successfully we have done it. So that is one thing. So after that, what? We want to know the state of what when thread is started, na? So if thread is in, so two states we try to understand. One is that new state, and if you want to know the priority of any thread, so we can we can know that. Okay, you copy this one, you copy, you paste here, you paste. So here T1 dot get priority, T1 dot get priority. Okay, priority. So by this you can, what is the priority of T1 thread? You can find out the priority thread state is 5. So thread state is, this is the default priority. So you change this as thread priority. Thread priority. Which thread priority you want to know? T1. Okay, you write it here, T1. So T1 thread priority is 5 default. I told you that every thread has default priority is 5, max priority is 10, and low priority 1, but default priority is 5. Okay, and ID, you want to get the ID of any thread? Yeah, you can get the ID of any three. Copy ID. Name, already we know that name is what? Thread name 0. Thread 1 is ID. Every thread has some word ID. T1 thread ID. You pass okay, thread ID. T1 dot get ID, capital. Now if you what is thread? T1 thread ID is equal to 8. T1 thread ID is equal to 8. These are the methods of thread class. Huh? These are the methods of your language package thread class. Okay, like thread class. So get priority, get ID, get state, get name. Okay, these are somewhat thread. Okay, so now I think it is enough. And next, I'm going to explain. In the previous class, we tried to understand that is what Inter-thread communication. In inter-thread communication, that is achieved by wait and notify all methods. So within somewhat time is now, within that we will try to understand the difference between wait and sleep methods. Wait and sleep methods.